Hello everyone, I am Ritesh Chauhan working as an assistant professor in computer engineering department at Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. So we already proceed with the unit number 14, that is Introduction to Prolog. So in part 1 we already covered Introduction to Prolog, what is the syntaxis of Prolog and the simple examples based on Prolog. So in this video we covered this much topic, that is Prolog program in multiple clauses, how ordering of clauses are there in Prolog, and then example on Prolog coding with multiple clauses. So first we see program in multiple clauses. So how we can say that program is in multiple clauses? Here you can see that the same predicate will be used once again. Okay. So how Prolog interpreter interpret this predicate? Let's see. So if I write greet Amelia, then first Prolog interpret this predicate, that is greet, and check the argument, that is Hamish, but it is not matched with the Amelia. Okay, so it will check for the next alternative. So what is the next alternative for this greet? This one. And it will check the parameter passed in this greet predicate is similar to the ask predicate. Yes, it is. So the output will be nice to see you. Okay, so always Prolog interprets from top to down, whether it is the same predicate name or it is different. It will be scanned from top to down. So clauses are tried in order from top to the file. As I say, if I write greet anybody, this anybody is known as variable because A start from capital letter, that we already discussed in part number 1. Okay, so if I write greet anybody, then it will search from the top. From top, what is anybody? What is the value of anybody? Is Hamish. So it will be printed how are you? Anybody equal to Hamish. And why it is question mark? That I already told you in a previous video, that Prolog interpreter says us there is another alternative for the greet predicate. That's why here question mark will be there. If you hit semicolon button, then what will be the output? Anybody equal to Amelia. Okay, and nice to see you. Okay, so the question first matches the clauses closest to the top of the file. So whichever clauses are at the top of the file, it will be scanned first and then it will go to the bottom. So if I write greet anybody, how are you? Anybody equal to Hamish, then I put semicolon. Then what is the answer? Nice to see you, but anybody equal to Amelia. Then if I write semicolon, then it will say there is no alternative for the predicate greet. Okay. So the last statement fails because the last clause uses the search down the program for another match. But in the program we have only 2 matches for the greet. Okay, there is no another alternative. That's why when we hit the semicolon, it will says no. So if greet is called with a constant or other than Hamish or Amelia, it will fails to return no or false. For example, if I write greet Bob, there is no parameter of Bob in that greet. Okay, so it will fails. Okay, so Prolog interpreter says no. So if we can create a default case that always succeed by writing a clause with a variable as a head of the argument, then this is going to be true. Let's see how. So if I write a program greet, and in greet if I use one variable, that is anybody, because A is starting with a capital letter, this is an variable. If I write greet anybody, but in the body if I write hello, then write anybody, whatever the value of anybody, after hello it will be printed. Okay, so in this case if I greet Bob, okay, So this value will be goes into this variable anybody. Okay, then what is the output? Output is hello. Then what is the value of anybody? Bob. So this will be printed. So we can use the default case that always going to be succeed for any other person apart from that Amelia and Hamish. Okay, let's see the output. So if I write greet Bob, then full stop, what it will be printed? Hello Bob. Yes. But in previous example, if I write greet Bob, it will say no, because there is no clauses for the Bob. Okay. If I write greet Amita, so it will be printed Amita. So now the most important topic is ordering of clauses. Okay. Let's see. The order of multiple clauses is very important. For example, if I write a program, greet Hamish, how are you? Greet Amelia, nice to see you, and greet anybody, hello anybody. This anybody is our variable name. Apart from Hamish and Amelia, if you have to greet anyone else, then it will be stored in anybody, and at last it will be printed hello, that particular name which are already stored in anybody. Okay. So the most specific clauses that are static will be always be at the top. And the general clauses containing variable will always you have to put at the bottom. Why? There is a reason. For example, if this statement is put here, and if I greet Hamish, then what's the answer? For greeting of Hamish, I have already decided that if Hamish will come, I will say how are you. But if I put this statement at the top, then this particular statement will be executed first, and what is printed? Hello Hamish. Okay, that's why general clauses which are containing the variable will always you have to put at the bottom. So if I write greet Hamish, it says how are you, because our Prolog interpreter always interpret from top to down. Okay, if I greet Alish, so it will be matched with the first clauses, that is false because argument is not matched. Second is also not matched, and at last the variable is stored, that Alice is stored in the variable anybody, and it will be printed hello anybody, and anybody equal to Alice. Okay. So there is an Prolog example which is already asked in GTO examination. This is most important, which includes multiple clauses in the program. So what is the program? Give an opportunity to the user to re-enter the password n number of times on entering wrong password. Okay, if I entered wrong password or wrong username, they will always ask me this is a wrong password, enter the right password or username. Okay, let's see how you have to code in the Prolog program. So as we know, we have to register first. Suppose there is one atom DB, and where I stored one name, that is username, and this is our password of RAM, and Sahil's is a username, Sahil's password is 555. This is a fact. In fact, I already stored this to database. Okay, now whenever login is heated, it will go to XY. So what is go? You have to match here. Okay, now what is the value of X? Till there is no value of X, till there is no value of Y. Now user entered, right, username, then read X. If I entered RAM, that will be stored in variable X. Then what will be printed? Enter password. Then user will enter the password. Suppose I entered password 134. That is all going to stored in Y. Okay, so this will succeed. Now next will be checked that dbxy. What is the value of X? RAM. What is the value of Y? 134. So it will be checked. Where is the db predicate? Here from top to down it will be checked. In db RAM is correct, but this 123 is not correct. Then it checks for next alternative. Here is the DB. First argument is wrong, second argument is also wrong. So this is not going to be succeed. That's why Prolog goes back for next alternative of login. Is there is another alternative of login? Yes. So this login simply printed incorrect password, try again, and it will be forwarded to the login predicate. From top to down, when it scans, you are going to reach here once again. So once again go will be executed. In Go, enter the username, enter the password. Okay, suppose you entered right password, then how the program will be interpreted? Let's see. Okay, first I hit it in the query login dot. So this predicate, this atom will be executed first, because always Prolog scans from top to down. Go to XY. So Go XY, where is the Go XY? Here. So in Prolog asks you to enter the username and it will be stored in variable X. Suppose I entered Ram in variable X, then it will be asked that enter password that will stored in Y. Suppose I entered 123 in variable Y. Okay, so this will succeed. All the things in Go function will be executed. Now second one is this comma indicates end of this particular clause. Okay, next one is dbxy. What is the value of X? Ram. What is the value of Y? 123. So it will be checked first here. First argument is correct, second argument is correct, so this is also going to be succeed. Then this NL is for new line, and what will be printed by the Prolog? Your username and password is write X. What it will be written? Ram, and password write Y. What is the password? 123. Okay, so if there is a multiple clauses, it will always scan with always scan from top to down. That you have to remember. So there is another example that you can try at your home, that give an opportunity to the user to re-enter the password 3 number of times on entering the wrong password or username. Okay, you can try this at your home. If you have any query in this program, you can contact me. So here is another example to check if a given year is leap year or not. So how we do the coding in Prolog? First we have to denote one atom. Here you can take any atom, A, B, C. I am taking Go. So when I hit Go, it will be asked that enter the year, and it will be stored in variable X, and then check X predicate will be called. Suppose I enter 2004, then with parameter which is stored in X, it will be go to check predicate. Okay, now what is the value of here? X, 2004. Now what is N? N is X mod 4. So what is N? I already told you that instead of equal to, we have to use is sign in GNU Prolog. Okay, so okay, 5 is 20, 0, taking 0 and 4, 1 is 4. Okay, so what is the answer? What is the remainder? 0. So what is the value of N here? 0. If N is greater than 0, then we have to write here is not a leap year, and similar to if else, we have to put semicolon. If this condition is true, then this will be executed. This is a true part, and if this condition is false, then the second part will be executed. Okay, N is not greater than 0, it is equal to 0. That's why this condition is going to false. So this is not going to be printed. This is going to be printed at here is a leap year. You can write also here write X, then what will be printed? 2004 is a leap year. Okay, let's see the output of GNU Prolog. So this is another Prolog program for simple calculator. This you can do at your home. It is very simple. which elaborate the fundamentals of multiple clauses. Okay, if you have any doubt in this program, you can contact me. So I hope you all understand how to order the clauses, ordering of clauses and all. And if you have any query, please contact me. Thank you.